Hello everyone and welcome to another video. This is one of the 3 videos I have been working on, so hopefully in the next week or so I should be able to upload it. Samsung Galaxy S10 Plus. So that's Samsung Galaxy S10 Plus. This specific phone won awards, loads of awards, when it first came out back in 2019. T3, one of the technology magazines, gave this the best smartphone that has ever been built by Samsung at the time. Tech Radar called it a conversation changer. Trusted reviews online said it was one of the best Android phones of 2019. Even though we are in 2021 now, it is still my main phone that I use every day since 2019, since November 2019, and I haven't had any single issues at all with it. I've had it with cases, I have had it with screen protectors, and for the past 1 month or so now, just before the new year, I've been using it without any, and I've dropped it here or there. I've had a few scratches on screen and it still looks almost as if I just got it from the phone shop. So we've got the SIM tool here, and obviously inside here we have got the quick start guide. Quick start guide. Slide that down. There we go, right there, quick start guide. Just go through a few things that you might need to get started, which we're going to go through shortly. And then here on the left we have got the phone itself. Right, that's the phone. We'll come back to the phone later on. Let's have a quick look at what comes in the box. So at a glance you can see the power brick. This is the power brick that comes with it. It's 5 volts, 2 amps, and it's a travel adapter obviously, but it's one of the fast charging power brick. It's called, right there, if I can get it to focus, adaptive fast charging. Okay. Next to it is one of my favorite adapters. I've used it a lot. I might come back to this, explain how this is important, because most people think, oh, this is just there for if you want to transfer content from your old Samsung phone, Android phone that uses Type-C connection. Actually, it doesn't have to use a Type-C connection, because this plugs in into the Samsung S10 Plus phone, like so, and then you plug in a USB port into there, USB cable into the port, and then on the other hand could be Type-C, it could be micro USB. You can use it to transfer data, contacts, text messages, images and everything from one phone to the other. But this can be quite a very resourceful adapter, and I can guarantee you not a lot of people are aware how powerful this little thing is. So sometimes I use it to plug in a mouse. I can use a mouse with it in case I need to use a mouse for people that have an Android tablet. So most Android tablets obviously have the ability to connect a Bluetooth mouse or keyboard to it, but with this you can actually plug in a physical mouse to it using a USB port, and most other peripherals that requires USB, your phone can take advantage of just by using this. I didn't think I was going to spend that much time on just that little thing, but I just wanted to mention that. Here we have the charger. Yes, this is the charger. This is another interesting tool that Samsung has included. Again, it looks straightforward because all it's doing is it's allowing you to use an old Samsung charger that uses a micro USB connection to charge your new phone. So that's what that does. Very handy. And of course you got type C to USB cable for charging, data transfer, and then last but not the least is Samsung's AKG headphones, which is nicely braided. If I can add that, 3.5 jack. Yeah, so that goes in there nicely. And I believe this was facing this way. Goes in there nicely. Alright. So I think we're ready to go ahead now. So I've powered on the phone. We can now get started. So start by let's go and use a license agreement, and next. Skip this one for now. I can pick up all the data from my old phone using wireless connection or using the USB connector and the cable, which is the tiny little dongle, as well as the USB cable. So skip that for now. Next, enter my Wi-Fi connection. I've already entered that in, so we're just going to go next. So now it's checking for updates. Once that's done, it's going to ask me to type in my details. So I'm just going to create a new account, which anyone that previously had a phone from Apple can create a new account if they're using Android phone for the first time. So I'm just going to go tech gaming. Next, confirming that you can use this to reset your password, receive video calls, SMS. Next, choose personalization settings, so I can express personalization in one step or do manual. So I'm just gonna do express personalization, confirm. Yep, no backup, it's a new Google account. We're just gonna say not now. Yep, I know, not now. All right, I think we're almost done. Google backup, accept. Yep, I'm okay with everything else. And now it's now finishing up all the setup, all recommendations, updating the firmware if necessary. I'm going to use my Google account here. Yes, go ahead and use my Google account. Yep, that's all I need. Account created and connected. Yep, that's fine. I'm going to set that up later on. All done. Alright, so it's set up. This is basically what the UI looks like, the user interface. Right, so it automatically creates, downloads and installs some applications from scratch, and just by pulling up, sliding up I should say, you get all the main menu where all the applications are. Okie doke. So here we have the Play Store, the Galaxy Store, Google, and you got all the other generic applications here. And if you slide down from the top, you have the notifications. Slide down again, and you have more quick actions that you can quickly do here for switching off Bluetooth, turning on the touch, turning on the mobile hotspots. So So very useful stuff here, and there's usually new ones in the button order as well. If you want to add all of this to it, you can do that. All right, and you can also easily go to the settings menu from here. It takes you straight to the settings, and they've done the settings in such a way that you can easily search for, if you know what you're looking for, you don't want to scroll through different menus and going through different interfaces. You can just search and then you can start. So for example, I want to start with themes, which is one of the things I enjoy doing. At least every once in two months or so, I always refresh my UI with different sounds, different backgrounds, animated lock screens, and so much good stuff that you can get. And again, it's some of the things that it's not necessary for you to have, for you to need, for you to use, but it's there if you need it, especially if you're not aware that those functions are there for you to use. So I'm just going to type in themes. We're going to go to Samsung themes, and the ones I usually like searching for is video themes. Just going to type in video themes. See if I can find one that looks striking. Yeah, something like that. Yeah, so I feel like this looks good. I'm just gonna have a quick look at the images again, just to make sure everything else is satisfactory. Keyboards, and that's the always-on display that I was referring to. All right, I'm happy with that. I'm just gonna go download. So you should download it, and it will ask me if I want to apply it once it's finished, like so. Apply. Yes, go ahead and apply. Now it's applying the theme. Once it's finished applying, it will just take you straight to the home screen, like so. So now you have that. So that's all of that. Another thing that it also does, the new theme, as you can see at the bottom row of the screen, is all the generic Samsung icons are now representing the same theme color, the same theme background. The notifications also does the same. You can see it's not different from what you saw a few seconds ago, right? We're gonna go to the lock screen and then power it again, and then that shows you a bit of what the lock screen video looks like. All right, that's one of the first thing I do when I get a new Samsung phone. I apply a very strikingly good looking theme, and then next thing I do is go to settings and then just go through each and every single one of those ones there. Make sure that the settings match your style. Make sure that you've set the pin, you've set the fingerprint reader, and speaking of fingerprint reader, I might as well show you now how fast this one is. So if you go in there, let me say use a pin. Just going to use a generic pin. Continue. Generic pin 1, 2, 3, 4. Continue. All right. So now I can raise this up, and I can go. Just for an extra precision, to make sure that every surface area is covered. Yes, it's done. And then we're gonna go lock screen, double tap to wake up the device, and then yeah, split second, isn't it? And even the theme, as you can see, also flows through the settings UI as well. Pretty cool, right? All right, so it's a really good phone. I strongly recommend it. It has a lot of other features as well. Obviously, as you can see from the back, you have 3 camera array, the flash over there, and you got, I think, the depth sensor is over there, as well as the lens that controls the autofocus. Right, so you got 3 different cameras. One is the wide camera, and there is an ultra wide, and then there's a telephoto. And then right at the back here is the coil, so wireless charging coil, which is obviously inside it, but it's usually in this area here, like from the circle. So if you have a wireless charger, a wireless phone charger, a Qi charger, but that's what it's commonly known as, you can just slap it on top and it will just start charging straight away. So on the side, that's where the power button is. On the other side, we have the famous Bixby button, which is Samsung's own AI, which in a way is not too bad at all. Last gen, which is S8 or S9, every time you click on it once, you launch Bixby, but now they've allowed you to double tap for Bixby and a single click for any specified application you would like. That's a volume rocker. And if you have a look at the top here, that is the tray. That's the SIM card tray. Also houses the SD card tray as well. That's one of the noise cancelling mic. There's another mic down here, as well as the speaker, the Type-C connection, and the 3.5 audio jack. It is also good to say that this phone functions as a stereo audio speaker as well. So what I mean by that is that on each side, so this side here, I can get it inside the frame. Yeah, so the speaker at the bottom here, as well as the speaker here for phone calls, all work together when you're playing audio. I'm gonna play something now so you can at least get a sense of what the speaker sounds like. Alright, so that's what the speaker sounds like. Just play the generic sound, which is one of my videos, by the way, to just give you a taste of what the speaker sounds like. It's deep in sound, rich in volume and range, and it's quite clear as well. But obviously there's no way for me to demonstrate the stereo speakers the way they are separated right now, but I've just showed you the best I can on actually these Bolo speakers, because that's the most powerful speaker on the device. Right, So the phone has two front-facing cameras. One is wide, one is a normal cameras. It's very good in most cases for you doing a selfie, and it can easily blur the background, make it a very nice look and feel of pictures. And another thing I wanted to mention is the ability to power share. So as I said earlier, you can charge the phone using wireless charging, which is at the back. In the same way, you can also charge another device that uses wireless charging directly on the back here, and use that to charge it. It's not going to be obviously as quick when it comes to the charging as any normal charger, proper fast charging cable, but it will still charge it, especially when you're on the go and you're running out of juice, say on your headphones, like your true wireless headphones. You can just pop that on there, allow it to charge, and that will be very useful when you're out and about. Did I mention that it's also a very good device for playing games? Oh, I play quite a lot of games on my S10 Plus, and I've never had any issues with heat management. It runs smoothly, and it even gives you options for you to either consume less battery or use more power, depending on what you're planning on doing at that particular time. So if we have a look at the menu, there is an application, game launcher. So the application is a Samsung application, but it's very useful when it comes to because anytime you install a game, as soon as you install the game on your phone, it goes straight into the Samsung game launcher, and any game you install in there will be in this list here. You have full control over if you want the application to be there or if you want the application to be in the main menu. But every time you launch it from the game launcher, it adds a preset to that game to make it run better and smoother every time you need to use it. Right, so I'm just gonna go through a few specifications for you folks out there that want the specifications of this particular phone. Here they are. So we have the mobile phone. The weight is 175 grams. It's an AMOLED touchscreen display. The resolution of the screen is 1440 by 3040. The front facing cameras is 10 megapixels for the wide and the 8 megapixels for the other secondary camera, whereas the main cameras is 12 megapixels for the wide and the telephoto, but the ultra wide is 16 megapixels. And when recording videos with it, which by the way is what I'm using right now to record, you can record up to 4K, which is 2160p at 60 frames per second, all the way down to 720p at about 60 frames per second. It has HDR10 plus for high dynamic range. As I said earlier, it's capable of producing stereo audio. It's an octa-core processor, which is 8 core processors. The RAM is 12 gigabyte, which is pretty good for everything you're gonna need on a day-to-day basis, using multi-window, which is another thing I do as well. So where you can have a YouTube video playing at the top and you could be messaging your friends at the bottom. The USB Type-C connection is 3.1, which is still a high-speed charging connection that's capable on the phone. The Bluetooth device in the phone is version 5.0. At the time it was the latest, which is late 2019. At the time it was the latest. It comes pre-installed with Android 9, which is Android Pie, more commonly known as Android Pie, but you can update it to the latest, which is Android 10. The version of the operating system, which is the interface, the user interface on the phone, as you may be aware, Samsung uses a different version naming for their version of Android. They use One UI, and I think the version that comes in the box is version 1.2, if I'm not wrong. And you can update that once you update the Android version to 10. You can update that to version 2.1. Besides the fingerprint reader, it also comes with an iris scanner that you can use to scan your eyes. I don't use that much, because for anyone else that require it, you can use it obviously, but I prefer using the fingerprint reader. Alright, and I think that's pretty much it. Like I said, I've been using the phone for over a year now. And when I got it as a contract. I always keep the boxes on my phone as well anyways, but this actual phone that I have here is my wife's phone that she hasn't used yet. The courtesy of this video is to my wife. She borrowed me the phone for me to use to do this video, because I don't want to use mine, obviously, for obvious reasons, but this really helped for me to actually showcase what the phone is all about. And so, as I was saying, if you have any questions whatsoever, please leave it in the comments, and then I'll try to answer it. I'll try to get back to you with what my impressions are and what my answers are for those questions. And if there's anyone else out there that wants to help anyone else in the comments, you can also do that as well. So thanks very much for sitting down in this slightly longer video, slightly longer than usual video, because I just had to go through a few things I think it's worth knowing, it's worth using, and other functions that Samsung makes available and showcase with this phone. And I'm sure the new one that came out, the S21, is also a very good phone as well, that's updated in a lot of things. So hopefully when I do get that as well, when I get my hands on that, I'll be making a review. Not sure it's going to happen soon, but eventually I'll make a video, at least once I get my hands on it. So thank you very much. I'm not going to prolong the video any longer. Thank you very much, everyone, for joining me in this little adventure. It's taken me a little while to put this video together, and as I said, there are a couple more videos that I'm working on. I should be able to upload for your enjoyment. Thanks everyone, and see you all on